I do like it. I like it very much. I think, did we add salt and pepper? I think we needed salt and pepper.
No, there's no salt and pepper in it. But you can add it yourself.
I would just like, I think it's delicious, is what it really is.
What's up, everybody? My name is Sherry, and I want to welcome you to my show, When the Chef's Away. If the person who normally makes meals for you is not around and you're tired of ordering out, spending money, or you just want a home-cooked meal, don't worry, I got you. I created this show with the goal of teaching people how to make some delicious, easy meals for themselves when the person who normally cooks for them is not around for them to do so. I hope that you join me on this journey. I'm so looking forward to doing this with you.
When the chef's away, when the chef's away, you don't have to worry, no need to worry. With your girl Sherry, your girl Sherry, we'll make these meals easy.
What's up, everybody? I'm so excited for you all to join me on this journey. For the first episode, I thought about, should I just get right into cooking? But really, I think it's important before we cook that you all have the basics, the necessities to cooking any meal that I make, but really any meal that you ever want to make, okay? So today we're going to talk about a few things that you're always going to want to have in your house when it comes to making any meal. To start off, you want to always make sure that you have seasonings. Listen, I don't do unseasoned food, okay? We're going to season our food. That doesn't mean that we're going to salt it up to capacity, right? You don't have to do that. But you're going to put some seasoning on this food. Number two, you want to have some things to actually be able to coat the pans and the pots and things that you're going to be cooking with. So we're going to go over a few of those things. For every episode, I want to make sure that I do 3 segments, okay? The first segment is going to be, what do you already have in your house? Because it's important to make sure that you're always checking what you have in your house before you go off grocery shopping. So that 1, you save money, and 2, you don't have to be in the grocery store for longer than you need to. You'll have a list of exactly what you need. You get in, you get out, and you get home to make your meal. The second segment is I'm actually going to take you grocery shopping with me to get some of those things that might not be in the house, right? I'm going to show you the best brands that you can get. I'm going to show you different grocery stores and options that you can go to in order to get the best deals for food. And then we're going to come home and I'm going to show you how to make a meal. Okay, a delicious, easy meal. Now, I'm going to try my best to not make these meals too complicated. A lot of these will be 5, 7, 10 ingredients at most, okay? We won't get into the complicated stuff and in the weeds till far later on. So, I hope that you are ready. Number 1, let's check what we already have in our house. Some staples that you're going to need and that I always have in my house are a few things. Let me show you. Okay, so these are some of the staples that I feel that you should always have in your house. And if there's ever a time where something is running low or you're out, you know that when you go to that grocery store, you need to re-up on it. Even if you're not making it that day, okay? Like today, one of my staples is actually out and I'm like, oh my goodness, the next time I go to the grocery store, I have to go pick some up. The first thing, onion powder. As you can see, this has been used because I don't mess around. You're always going to need onion powder in your house, okay? Some garlic powder. Yes, always going to need some garlic powder. Parsley, I'm black. I put this thing on everything. Some lemon pepper. This is really great for if you make like fish or chicken. I always try to throw a little bit of lemon pepper on there, but maybe that's the Chicago in me. I don't know. Some turmeric, some ground turmeric is always really, really good. Some oregano, beautiful. Ground black pepper. And you can also have the shakers that you can turn as well, as long as it's some ground black pepper, that's fine. Some Creole seasoning. Now, I personally love the Zanarans brand, but Tony's is really great too. Some people love Old Bay, so it's really up to you, but some Creole seasoning is a necessity in your house if you want some good tasting food. specifically for, again, things like chicken, fish. Hey, I put it on steak. I put it on a lot of things, okay? Some pink Himalayan salt. Now, you can use pink Himalayan salt. You can use iodized salt. You can use sea salt. But I personally love some pink Himalayan salt, and I might throw iodine in there every once in a blue moon. Some crushed red pepper. Now, if you're somebody who likes things spicy like I do, you're going to want to have some crushed red pepper in your house. And that doesn't mean you have to go crazy on the, putting the pepper in there, but you're going to have to add that in sometimes. Some bay leaves. This is great for when you're making things like soups, beans, stuff like that. Bay leaves come in clutch. Trust me on this. Some chili powder. I like to use this because every once in a while I like to make chili. It's one of the simplest meals you can make. So if you have some chili powder in your house, you're always going to be able to make a great chili as long as you have some beans around. And then some ground cumin. I love ground cumin specifically for when I'm making like something involving steak or chili, something where I want a steaky kind of flavor, I guess you could say. I love adding ground cumin to that. Some other things that I love to have too as a seasoning, one specifically is cayenne pepper, because again, I like to make it spicy. And so I don't always throw a whole bunch in there, but I guess I've used one too many because I am out. Now, every once in a while, some recipes are going to call for some ingredients outside of those staples, but usually you're good to go if you have those in your house. Another thing that you're going to need is some garlic. I personally love minced garlic, okay? They done cut it up for me, super simple. Especially for a beginner chef, minced garlic is where it's at, okay? They also have some fresh peeled garlic. So they've taken the garlic that's like this, and they've already peeled it, and all you have to do is chop it up yourself. But if you're somebody who's a little bit more experienced, you can use the garlic, peel it off, and there's a way to crush it. I'll show you how to do that if I ever use it, and make it that way. But personally, minced garlic is my go-to. Another go-to to have in your house, butter! Butter makes everything taste better, okay? I like to go for the unsalted butter, but sometimes, it never hurts to do some salted butter. But if you're paying attention to the sodium intake, unsalted butter is where it's at. Now, some vegetables I love to make sure that I have around the house. Green peppers, some baby bella mushrooms, yellow onions, specifically sweet onions because I don't like my eyes to water, and the sweet onion is less hard on your eyes, so that's one of the things. And then red onions. You want to always make sure that you have those things in your house, because if you have some rice or some pasta or something just kind of laying around, you can whip up a meal if you have these vegetables right here and that seasoning, okay? Some other things that would be great to have in your house, just some rice, some kind of pasta, if you have some kind of meat, maybe even frozen. This way, if you don't feel like going out to the grocery store because it's last minute, you can just pull something out the freezer and make a quick and easy meal. So the goal is to have some staples in your house so that you don't always have to go grocery shopping. But if you do, I'm going to show you how to do that. So come with me to the grocery store.
Okay, so one of the places I like to grocery shop in is Aldi. You're always going to need a quarter and some reusable bags. You need that quarter to put in the cart so that you can use it and then return it when you're done. You're always going to see some different kinds of produce, whether that be fruits or vegetables for you to buy. Don't be afraid to pick up any of the produce. Check to make sure for its freshness and to make sure that you're getting the best bang for your buck, whether that's 3 onions, 4 onions. You want to get the most bang for your buck, especially if they're not charging by the pound. There's always going to be some bread, some different type of condiments that you can use. They've got different snacks, cookies, chips. Now there's Halloween time. They've got big old bags of candy. They've got rice. They've got pasta, more condiments that you're going to need. They've got canned fruits and vegetables. They've got seasonings that you're going to want to be able to utilize. They've got cooking sprays and oils, pasta sauces, soups. And y'all, I love Aldi because all of this is for the low. They've got eggs, milk, butter, cheese, a whole bunch of cheese, mind you. They've even got meat, y'all. And don't be afraid to buy meat from Aldi. I've heard people say that, like the chicken, the fish is usually pretty good to go. And don't be afraid when you're buying meats to be able to check this stuff. Always look in the back for the freshest stuff and to make sure that you're buying the things for the right price and the best price that's available. Food that's frozen. So take your time going through Aldi and find the best stuff that you're always going to need.
All right, so now I've shown you the essentials of some things that you want to keep in your house. Today, what we're going to be making is not food. I know. What? We did all this, we're not making any food? I want to show you how to make my all-purpose seasoning. So Sherry's seasoning mix. I put this on every single thing I cook, and people are like, oh, that always smells so good. What did you put on that? I'm about to show you. Okay, this is my all-purpose seasoning mix. If y'all really love it enough, I got you. The first thing you're gonna need is a container. Now, you can take a container that's already been used. So say, for instance, you have some oregano or any kind of container that you bought for seasoning and it's ran out, okay? You can use that. Just wash it out real quick, and then we're gonna add the seasonings that I always use to this. This way, you're not using 15 different seasonings to cook your meals. All you have to do is take this one, pour it on there, and you're good to go, okay? So the things that you're gonna need: oregano, onion powder, garlic powder, parsley, pink Himalayan salt, turmeric, and ground black pepper. Okay, so I personally don't believe in measuring stuff, right? Like, I just feel like you should season to your liking. But to make this mix, you want to have an even blend, right, of the mix. So I take a spoon, just a regular, spoon, teaspoon. You take the seasoning, and you just want to get a spoonful of seasoning. All right, be careful so you don't make a mess. And add that in. Simple. And you do that for every single seasoning that I listed. So ground black pepper. Ooh. And just be prepared that you might be sneezing when you do this, okay? I don't want you to get caught off guard when you do. Some turmeric. Okay, my spoon can't fit in this, so I'm about to make a little bit of a mess. Parsley. The pink Himalayan salt. The onion powder. And the garlic powder. Now, if you want to fill it all the way up to the top, you just keep on adding, okay? But after you fill it up to your liking, you want to just shake that sucker around. And then you're good to go to put this on any food that you make. So, now you've learned how to make Sherry's seasoning mix, and I promise you're going to like it. That's the end of today's episode. Look out for episode 2, because guess what? Next time, we're actually going to be cooking and making a meal. I hope you're ready. Bye.